Hello everyone, this is Nostalgia Network or Jay, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 favorite anime from 2024. These are not necessarily anime that came out this year, but anime that I managed to watch this year. And also, not just my favorites, but just anime that just stood out for me from last year. So, without further ado, let's do this. At number 10, we have Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Season 1 and 2. Now, I will admit, I did not like this anime at first, mainly because I always found Nagatoro to be, and her friends, very annoying and stuff, but then I started to learn about what this series is really about, and we're now really thinking about it and watching Season 2, how Nagatoro really mellowed out with her bullying, and her and Senpai actually became much closer and much more friendlier towards each other, to where they're almost pretty much a couple, to where I actually started to appreciate this series more and more because I understood now its message. And yeah, this anime, again, it's not one of my favorites, it's just one of the anime that just stood out to me the most from this year, or last year. Anyway, so yeah, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Rosario Vampire. Now, this anime I actually have a little bit of history with, because I didn't finish this until this year, even though I've actually watched the first season back in high school, which was like 9 years ago, I think. Yeah, about like 9 years ago. And I never finished Season 1. Actually, I think I might have finished Season 1. I started Season 2, but never finished it. Because I was busy with school and stuff. And then it just I kind of just forgot about it. Until I recently rewatched it, and I was like, oh shit, Rosario Vampire. Yeah, I don't think I ever finished it. So I watched it from beginning to end, from Season 1 to Season 2, Rosario Vampire to Kapu, I think. This anime is not that great as terms of quality. It's definitely, this really screams harem anime from the 2000s, with the animation and the voice acting, especially the English dub. Yeah, so watching this anime was kind of like a throwback to me. There was a lot of memories from certain scenes I remember watching and laughing and getting aroused by as a horny teenager. And then when I got into Season 2, most of Season 2 was pretty much just, I was pretty much just blind to. I don't remember anything from Season 2, nor did I ever know anything past the first maybe couple episodes of Season 2. So yeah, this one was mostly just a blast from my past, pretty much. Wouldn't exactly recommend this. Honestly, the manga is just so much better than this. So yeah, Rosario Vampire at number 9. Coming at number 8, we have Mashle Season 2. Specifically, Season 2. This one is very interesting, and I think Mashle is one of those newer anime that I think don't exactly get a lot of love from fans who love, like, like Harry Potter or Black Clover or One Punch Man or a little bit in between. And I think Season 2 with Bling Bang Bang Born's the opening of Season 2, I think really is what started getting Mashle a lot more popularity. I've read a little bit of the manga back in 2020, I think, when the manga was just coming out. And then I just kind of stopped halfway to where Season 2 pretty much ended. I really enjoyed this anime. I like the characters. Smash Burn Dead, Lemon, Dot, Lance. One of my favorite team of main characters in a while. Not really that much to say about the plot. It's just can't wait to see what Season 3 has in store next. Mashle Season 2 at number 8. Number 7, very fittingly, The 7 Deadly Sins. The 7 Deadly Sins, ooh. I've been pushing this anime off my radar for years until I recently started watching it. I was like, You know what? I got nothing else to do. It's just, yeah, I was just bored one day, and then I was watching through Netflix, and I was like, Seven Deadly Sins. Oh yeah, my friend wanted me to get into this one, huh? So I checked it out, and turns out I really enjoyed it. Mostly the first two seasons. It was around season 3 when it was kind of starting to lose me a little bit. Took a break after season 4, came back to it, came back to season 5. Yeah, I really like the characters. I probably won't start Knights of the Apocalypse anytime soon, but I will probably start it maybe sometime this year if I eventually get around to it. The plot is pretty good, although I think it could have been the anime after season 2 could have been done better, in my opinion, especially when it comes to the animation department. Which now, when looking back at it with people reviewing this anime that I've seen, it's very now I just can't not notice the still frames. Anime also is guilty of, especially during this era with Naruto Shippuden and pretty much a lot of things from Studio Pierrot. So yeah, Seven Deadly Sins, fittingly at number 7. Number 6, My Hero Academia Season 7. Now this is a little bit where we start getting into the anime that actually did come out this year, besides Marshall. I've actually already read all of My Hero Academia, well, I actually started when season 4 ended. I just couldn't wait for season 5. A good thing that I did, because season 5 was pretty mid when it comes to, like, content. Season 7 and a little bit of 6 was a pretty huge step up from the previous seasons. And it really shows, like, you know, like, oh shit, this is it. This is like the final battle between One for All and All for One. Can't wait for the final season. And I'm probably maybe gonna watch the spinoff, My Hero Academia Vigilantes, when it comes out. So yeah, season 7, definitely a huge step up from the previous seasons, between season 4 and 5. My Hero Academia season 7 at number 6. Alright, top 5. My number 5 is Mob Psycho 100. Again, similar instance with Seven Deadly Sins. I've been pushing this anime off my radar for years, until I actually took some time to watch it. And I don't know why I was putting this off. This was actually really fucking good. The animation from Studio Bones. Studio Bones did a phenomenal job at adapt the manga art style into the series. And you could see a lot of One Punch Man elements in this series before One Punch Man was even announced. Especially when it comes to like Mob, which he and I are actually pretty similar. We're both like very we start out very shy, quiet, timid, very very boring people, and then we started to bloom a little bit, which I find very relatable, especially with me, who was in a very similar situation, minus the psychic powers. This is one of those anime that I kind of regret that I wish I would have watched it when it was coming out. So Mob Psycho 100 at number 5. Ooh, now we're getting to the big 4. Oh man. Number 4, Demon Slayer: The Hashira Training Arc. Even though this might be one of the, when it comes to the seasons of the Demon Slayer series, one of the weaker seasons, because it's mostly just training, but the ending was worth it. It was kind of slow, but with the amount of episodes that this season had, I think I was only 8, I think. Yeah, probably like 8 episodes. But the build-up, man, the final episode was just worth it, which I can't wait for the Infinity Castle movie trilogy. Shit is about to go down in this season. That's why I couldn't push this any more higher than number 4, because it's one of the slower seasons, but it all makes up for it for that last episode. So Demon Slayer Hashira Training Arc at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Bleach: 1,000 Year Blood War Part 3: The Conflict. I've been a Bleach fan since I was in high school, when my friend would let me borrow his DVDs. I would take them home and then bring it back to him as soon as I was done. Part 3 was very interesting since they added a lot of anime-only material to the story, when the certain area in the manga had a lot of unexplained questions that were gladly answered in the anime adaptation. Really solid Bleach Thousand Year Blood War season. I mean, I feel like if I actually ranked season 1 to 3 so far, oh, that's really hard to do, because Thousand Year Blood War so far has just been amazing, just awesome, to where I can't really pick my favorite season between part 1, 2, or 3. Can't wait for Bleach Part 4, The Calamity. So, yeah, Bleach Thousand Year Blood War Part 3 at number 3. Coming in at number 2, this one is a 2000s classic, and that is Naruto Part 1. I remember watching the original Naruto when it was on Toonami back in the day. And also during the period when they were just showing, reruns of the first 2 arcs, I believe, during the Forest of Death. I can't remember, again, it's been so long ago. But yeah, Naruto is such a classic. I actually, really attached to the characters, and I think this was, the Naruto series at its best when it comes to, I feel like it just peaked at, the Chunin exam arc. And it may be with the Naruto and Sasuke fight at the waterfalls, which I think is just one of my favorite, anime fights of all time, especially watching those fucking AMVs from, with, Linkin Park or Drowning Pool, or, Disturbed, or any of those videos from, 2008, 2009 stuff. So, yeah, Naruto, a very nostalgic anime for me personally. I'm about to start Naruto Shippuden pretty soon. So yeah, original Naruto at number 2. But coming in at number 1 is a very interesting choice for a number 1. And it's an anime that I did not expect to like this much. And that is going to be Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, the 1999 version. This version I watched for the very first time this year. I had no idea of its existence, maybe from a few hints online, comparing the 2011 anime to this one. And if I ever do, a direct comparison, I actually like the 1999 version just a little bit more, mainly because I love that 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000s retro anime art style, as well as the fact that this adaptation adds a lot more things from the manga, which a lot of people would say is filler-ish, even though they were from the manga as well, especially during the Hunter's exam. Yeah, I just feel like this anime, this adaptation, I feel like, is a much more darker than the 2011 anime adaptation, which I still think is a good adaptation, except that one has a little bit more flaws when it comes to not showing a lot of material, and I feel like the pacing of the 2011 anime was just a little bit too fast, with the only saving grace from that anime adaptation is the Chimera Ant arc, which I am so upset that it was never adapted in the 90s/2000s era. Hunter x Hunter is literally one of my all-time favorite stories, period. Right next to Dragon Ball, Naruto, and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Just a story-wise, it's one of my all-time favorites. This anime actually, the 90s adaptation, I feel just adds a little bit more to Yoshihiro Togashi's. I feel like this is just closer to his vision. is what I believe. And sadly, the manga is still on hiatus, which I think of volume 38 of the manga I think is coming out, or has just been out recently, I think. Hunter x Hunter 1999 is at number 1. But before I end things right here, instead of honorable mentions, here are some anime that I'm actually looking forward to for this year of 2025. My Hero Academia, final season. Bleach 1000 Year Blood War, Part 4, The Calamity. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle Arc, the movie, Part 1. Chainsaw Man Reze Arc movie. My Hero Academia Vigilantes. And Fire Force Season 3, Part 1. Fucking finally. It's been like, 3 years since Season 2? Oh, man, and someone who is an Atsushi Okubo fan who loves, Soul Eater and stuff, and someone who has only seen a little bit of what happens in the manga, mostly out of context, Fire Force Season 3 can't get here any faster. So the fact that we're getting Season 3, or at least the first half of Season 3, this year, just makes me want to just scream, let's fucking go, with Shinra's rock and roll devil horn hand signs. So yeah, so with that in mind, this is just me signing out now, I guess. Stay tuned, because there's a lot more to come in the future. This is Nostalgia Network. Stay in the good times.